Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as Laugh Love Langella, and in today's video I'm going to take you along with me to the depot at Gibson Mill. I actually went out on Monday. It was my son's first day back at school after the long winter break, and I just needed to distract myself. Him not being in the house is kind of weird after that much time, but I've mentioned this before in my recent Hearth and Hand and Studio McGill video. I'm definitely scaling back the purchases I'm making with my home decor, reusing it, repurposing it, and just being more intentional with the items I am picking up. And antiquing and thrifting is a really great way of getting a more curated look that is customized to your home and your style, and it can still be budget friendly if you take the time to source them. So I really love mixing that old and new style together, and I think it just gives such a warm, welcoming feeling in our home, and I just love the combination of everything together. So let's head out to the depot and then I will share what it is I picked up when we're back. I've got my hot chocolate in hand and I am ready to check out what it is the depot has in store. They are definitely a destination antique mall. If you're within, I would say, even 2 hours, it is definitely worth the trip. You can get lots of inspiration and find some beautiful, unique items. Something I like to keep an eye out for when I am antique shopping is breadboards and wood bowls. They definitely can enhance a kitchen space, a kitchen island, a coffee table, depending on the size, a side table, and are a great way of introducing the old into the new with styling. This blanket chest was so incredible. I know it's not going to come across on video and do it justice. I'm 5'6" on a good day, and this was well past my hip. It was so large and such an incredible statement piece. Whoever picks this up is getting a good one. Another amazing item I came across were these antique pine wood doors. They were just under $1,000 for the pair, and when you actually think about it, that is such an incredibly fair price for what it is you're getting. So if you have a splurge-worthy area of your house, these are absolutely incredible. I loved this brass teacher bell. It was such a great size for the price that it was. I have far too many bells, so I did pass on it, but I came across this wood table in the booth across from it, and I almost couldn't even see it because the booth was so busy. So that's just a great tip when you are antique shopping. Make sure you're looking at what everything's sitting on too. Sometimes you'll miss some really great finds. I love when booth owners take the time to style their booth. Like this one is in a very coastal fashion. Some of them are more farmhouse, and it makes it easier if you like to decorate in that style to imagine their pieces in your home in a more accurate depiction. I thought that this combination clock and compass was so unique, and I've never seen anything quite like it. I wish that the compass was actually functioning, because then I would have picked it up from my husband's office, but Nonetheless, this is still a very unique and fun find to style, so keep your eye out for stuff like this. It really can make all the difference in impacting your space. They did also still have a few of the cast iron mousse available, and I was noticing some booths still had a generous amount of Christmas left, and a ton of them had discounts on their Christmas items. So this is a great way to plan for next year or grab some winter styling items. I love how this booth did their styling. I think the combination of the white berries and the pine cones are perfect for winter, and they had a ton of different wood items available. The wooden jugs I always love and gravitate towards. This one in particular was absolutely huge. And they also had this really beautiful lighter wood bowl. It was a little bit pricey, so I did skip on it, but it was beautiful nonetheless. If you guys are enjoying today's video and would like to see more of this from me on YouTube, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are not already, and ding that notification bell. It will alert you anytime I have a new upload. This brass rocking horse was so cute. I already have one myself, so I did not pick it up. I have been lately keeping my eye out for a piano stool of a sort. I think it would be really cute styling in a corner with a plant on top or something. So I'm going to keep my eye out and find one that really is the perfect fit for our spaces. I absolutely loved this brass train. I grew up as a tomboy, so I played with Hot Wheels and trains and everything, and so this I absolutely loved. If it was a little less pricey, I absolutely would have picked this up. In one of the last booths that I checked out that day, I came across this beautiful wooden riser. I have one that's far too similar in color, but this was such a stunning piece. Okay, so now we are back, friends, and I love the depot. It is a little bit of a drive for me, but I go about every month and a half to 3 months. I try to go once a quarter at a minimum. It is definitely a destination antique store. You are gonna spend a little bit more, but there are still some really great finds to be had if you really search and look at the booths. You can't just scan through them. Some of them, they can be very, very overwhelming, but they'll hide some of those really great finds because there's just too much going on in it. So definitely take the time and really look through. The depot is huge. I went at a decent pace on this trip, and I spent about an hour and 20 minutes in there, and that is on like the shorter side of the trips there. You could spend hours. There's also a deli there. I went earlier and got a hot chocolate. I'm not a coffee drinker, but you can go get a coffee at Defined Coffee. They have this whole separate part now. Also, it's really, really fun. But what it is, I actually picked up this trip. I found this really pretty crock. It's on the smaller side of things. I love the cream color of it though. It's not a stark white. You can see in comparison to my doors behind me, It just has a really warm tone and it's not gray, which is something I really look for when it comes to Crocs and everything. And I love the size of it. This is perfect for a bathroom, side table, under my kitchen cabinets. It could easily fit. And this is just one of those pieces all year round it's gonna work. It is not a seasonal thing. I spent $16 on this, which I thought was a very fair price when you're comparing to what is offered at Target or Walmart or the big box stores. Very fair for something that is going to just be in my home and not in everybody else's. They did have one more there, so if you are making a recent trip out, definitely you might be able to find another one of these. But I always am on the lookout for Crocs, even when I'm not looking specifically for a Croc, because you just can't go wrong with them. So I was definitely excited to find this. I was super excited. This is the second and last item I picked up on this trip. I found another brass easel, and I had made a trip back after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas with Sky, and I found a brass easel then too, and I used it in my Christmas shelf styling video, and this one is just slightly smaller. It is more patinaed, so it's a little bit of a darker color, which is really pretty, but we have so many plans in our home for built-ins, and at some point this year, we are going to be redoing our entire fireplace wall. I know every time I say that, people are shocked by it, but if you get really up on top of the stone, you understand why. That's all I'm going to say about it. It needs to get replaced just from a safety aspect too, but we are building really big built-ins on both sides, and I definitely am looking for some items like this that will be able to be purposed in there. It could also work on a little side table or something. And this was only $14.95, which was super reasonably priced. There's some available on Etsy as well that I will have linked down below that are pretty fair. Keep in mind, when you are shopping on Etsy, you are not shopping a big box store, you're shopping a small business. So sometimes things are gonna be marked up a little bit, but you are supporting a family. And I think that's very important to keep in mind and to do if you are able to. And this last item I actually picked up on my last trip to the depot, but I had seen more of them this time. And when I shared this in my Christmas coffee table styling, so many of you guys loved him as well. And it's Mr. Moose here. He is a cast iron moose. He is super heavy, by the way. This was $50 at the depot. There's an Etsy seller that's around $60, $65, so it's not that far off in terms of pricing, but I got this for my husband's office, and it is just so amazing. And you can't go wrong looking for cast iron, brass, and a ceramic / stoneware of a sort. Those are the things I really gravitate towards, and wood items when I'm antiquing and thrifting, because you can get that new old combination while still having it very classically styled, if that makes sense. So I'm really happy with what it is I picked up. Again, I didn't go crazy. I'm being very intentional with what it is I am picking up, reusing a lot of the stuff I already do have from years past. I have quite a decent collection myself, as you all know, but I sure hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. We are going to be continuing the winter decorating in my next one, so you don't want to miss out on that. As always, thank you so much for tuning into my channel today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.